When Abraham Lincoln took the oath of office in 1861, it was not a miraculous moment in time. It was the culmination of a long, difficult journey filled with disappointments, setbacks, failures, and ultimate success. An incredible testament to the power of faith and perseverance. He was defeated for state legislator in 1832. He tried his hand at business and failed. In 1843, he ran for Congress and was defeated. He tried again in 1848 and was defeated again. Then he tried running for Senate in 1855 and he lost. The next year he ran for vice president and lost again. Then in 1858 he ran for the Senate and again he was defeated for the last time. In 1860, the man who signs his name, A. Lincoln, the man who unflagging faith in himself, seemed to grow with every failure. He was elected the 16th President of the United States. The difference between history's boldest accomplishments and its most staggering failures is often simply the diligent will to persevere. Like Lincoln's, your dreams are all within reach as long as you never stop believing. Go for it, class of 2020. Friends, family, educators, and honored guests, and especially the class of 2020. Welcome to the Abraham Lincoln High School virtual graduation. To kick off the ceremony today, we'll start with Doha Ibrahim with the Pledge of Allegiance. Doha will be attending Temple University in the fall, majoring in political science. Doha?
Hello everyone from home. My name is Doha Ibrahim, and I am the president of Student Association for Abraham Lincoln High School. At this time, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
It is my honor to bring to you the principal of Abraham Lincoln High School, Mr. Jack Nelson.
Good morning, class of 2020, and a warm welcome to all the parents and guardians that have joined us today to support our young, vibrant, overachieving, excellent scholars of 2020. Students, please help me give your parents and guardians a round of applause. I would like to say 5 years ago, this class helped me and Abraham Lincoln High School's culture develop into the powerhouse that it is today. That's why we call it the kingdom that I call Lincoln. Secondly, I wanted to give thanks to the class of 2020 because I don't think you understand how great of an accomplishment this is. Not just to complete high school, but to do it with such class and style. Lincoln has become the most popular high school in the school district of Philadelphia. For the next year, we received 2,500 students that have applied for ninth grade alone, 1,000 in-school district and 1,500 out-of-school district. And we're only allowing 700 freshmen to come into this 2021 school year. And we still have over 700 students on a waiting list. Class of 2020, you are on the path of greatness and your journey begins today. You all have demonstrated to me and the staff that you have what it takes to be successful in today's society. Now you have an opportunity to show how great you really will be. As you start to think about where you're going and what you're going to do next, please do not forget where you have came from. You will be rail splitters for life. I would like to leave you with this quick quote. I have self-doubt, I have insecurity, I have fear of failure. I have nights when I show up at the arena and I'm like, my back hurt, my feet hurt, my knees hurt. I don't have it. I just want to chill. We all have this self-doubt. You don't deny it, but you also don't cultivate it. You embrace it. Kobe Bryant. Thank you, everyone.
Class of 2020, this is a special message just for you.
Hi, everybody. I'm State Representative Joe Hohenstein, and I'm honored to be speaking to the 2020 graduating class of Lincoln High School. You guys have done a fantastic job, especially in these last few months as you've been dealing with a pandemic and unprecedented social upheaval in just this last week. I've got to say, in my over 50 years of living on this planet, I haven't ever seen anything like this last week. And you guys are going to help lead us through it. And you want to know why I think that? I think it because you guys have done the work individually to get yourselves finished with high school in these last 3 months when all the odds were stacked against you. And you've done it as a community. You've been able to see and connect with each other in ways that I think are great predictors for the future. And one thing I want to let you know and compare you to another group of people. And these are folks who are probably your grandparents, your great-grandparents. They're called the greatest generation because what they did was overcome a decade of economic depression, the Great Depression. And they got up off the mat after all of those hardships and then went and fought a world war to defeat Nazi Germany. And they changed the world forever because they had individual strength, and then they took that strength and built it into community together. And that's what I think you guys can do. You have done so much already. And just at Lincoln, I'm going to give you 2 examples of why I believe that you're going to be fantastic leaders in the future. One is 2/3 of you got registered to vote in just this past year. And I know you had a couple of leaders in that, but every single one of you who registered to vote deserves to take some pride in that achievement. That shows that you're engaged, not just for yourself, but for your community. And second, I remember watching you guys all celebrate your cultural day, the singing, the dancing, the food, all the languages and the cultures from around the world where all of your families are from. And the idea that you recognize your individuality and your community being together. And that is why I think you're going to do some great things in the future. So best of luck. Take pride in the day today and get up and fight the battles that we need you to fight tomorrow. Thank you. Take care, and everybody should stay safe. Bye.
I'd like to present your class president, David Green. David Green will be attending the Community College of Philadelphia in the fall. David?
Hello, I'm David, your senior class president. Good morning, students. Good morning, staff, and good morning, parents. 2020 hit us all with the curveball. Nobody saw this coming. Who would have thought that you'd be watching your own graduation instead of being a part of it? But don't let that hold you back from being happy about graduating. Don't let that hold you back from being happy with your family, and don't let that hold you back from being happy that you're alive in this time. Because while Corona took away our prom, trips, and physical ceremony, it gave us a lesson that only a life experience can teach us. Life is unpredictable, so don't wait. Don't wait to start that new life. Don't wait to chase your dreams, because you'll never know when life will hit you with another curveball. While at home, we've had a lot of time to think. I want you to think about how it all started from preschool or kindergarten, and then on to first grade, and on to your first good grade, and on to your first crush and your first goal. When you ask a 6-year-old kid what they want to be when they grow up, they'll say things like, I want to be an astronaut, or I want to be the president. Heroic things like a firefighter or a doctor. I think that you should all reflect on those thoughts again, because over the long 12 years so far, a lot of us have forgotten about those dreams. I want you to bring those dreams back and make them your life purpose. I want the whole class to succeed. I want your dreams to shine no matter what they may be. I want to see you guys shine. I want to see you guys through your whole potential. Going through these 4 years had been a really rough roller coaster, but it's a memorable one at that. While we all miss Mr. Hassan doing his job, which of course he does very well, Mr. Rodriguez telling us to go to class, and everything we put Mr. Garwood through, it was all out of love. No matter what happens, Lincoln knows Lincoln. And by this 4th year, we've grown into a big family. And let's be honest, there's no school in Philly as lit as Lincoln. And I can confidently say this because ever since I've been here since 9th grade, Lincoln has consistently made it on TV in the first week of every school year. If you know, you know. I'll miss walking in the class. I'll miss walking in the halls. I'll miss walking in class, having to get up to take that trip to school every morning. And most importantly, I'll miss my peers. We've shared laughter, hugs, fists, nice words, and mean ones. Times are tough, but right now we have each other. And ironically enough, this act meant to separate us connects us. And the simple fact that we all have one thing in common, at least. We're all at home. Take this time to find yourself and see who you truly are. Learn a new skill. Start that business. But whatever you do not forget where you came from. You should all be proud. So give your loved ones a hug, cry, love each other, laugh, jump and scream. Give yourself a pat on the back because you all deserve it. You're the class of 2020, and there'll never be a class like us ever again. Like it or not, this class is going down in history. And I just want to say good luck to everybody going on with life. I hope that you guys find success, and I'll just be hoping to see you again. And the next time I see you, I hope you're doing something that you believe in.
And now our assistant principal, Miss Melissa Rasper.
Good morning, class of 2020. The class of 2020 holds a very special place in my heart. You were the first group of students that I had met when I arrived at Lincoln 3 years ago. You showed me the ins and outs and gave me all of the lunchroom tea within my first month at Lincoln. Principal Nelson had explained to me that you were a very special group of students. Now I have heard that many times before from different administrators about different students. However, this time it was 100% true. You were a special group of students. You possess a light that shines in your eyes that could never be dimmed, even throughout a pandemic. Over the years, we've had many conversations, and I would just sit back and I would listen and think to myself, wow, this group is really going to make a difference in this world. That pushed me to go even harder. Having the conversations with you made me continue to fight for what's right in education, because I knew one day you would take the education that you received at Lincoln and apply it to make changes in this world. As Principal Nelson says, we are game changers. Well, now is the time. Now is the time for you to be your own game changer and to change this world and make it even better. Don't worry, I'll be here for when you visit. I'll give you all of the tea. Best of luck, and I love you. Love, Assistant Principal Rasper.
I'd like to present to you your salutatorian, Linda Zhang. Linda will be attending Drexel University in the fall. Linda?
Good morning, class of 2020 teachers, administrators, families, and friends. Welcome to our virtual graduation. I want to start off the speech by asking the class of 2020 to give yourself a round of applause, because we survived countless catastrophes to get here today. For example, we survived the 9/11 before we knew how to cry. We survived Hurricane Katrina before we knew how to brush our teeth. We survived the Ebola epidemic before we knew how to solve algebraic expressions. We even survived high school so far. Anyways, I'm just trying to say that we have overcome so much obstacles with the help around us that we will survive and thrive in this pandemic too. As we all sat at home, bored out our minds, or making plans for the reopening of the city, I want you to do one thing every day: wash your hands. Just kidding. You should wash your hand, but that's not what I wanted you to do. I want you all to ask yourself every night, how are you living? How are you living to pursue your dream? How are you living to help your family? How are you living to impact the world? And as you answer those questions every night, I want you to take time and reflect on what you did and use them to plan your next day. As we enter adulthood, many things are still a mystery to us. But we can still say, I don't know, I'll get back to you. It comes in handy when your parents kick you out of their house, or when you finally stop sleeping on the couches and they ask if you'll be okay, to which you say, I don't know, I'll get back to you. However you plan to live the next chapters of your life, don't forget it's okay to make a mistake. As street philosopher Drake once said, we're born to make mistakes, not fake perfections. Do what you think is right, and remember to follow your instincts. Before I end the speech, I want to thank all teachers, administrators, faculty members for dealing with us for the past 4 years. Special shout out to Ms. Maggs for accepting the role of senior class advisor when no teacher wanted to. I'm so sorry we can't attend all the events that you planned for us. Also, I want to thank all the parents for their continuous support, and to our mentors, families, and friends, thank you for guiding and teaching us a thing or two about life. Congratulations, class of 2020. We made it.
This year's Lincoln alumni Carl Coleman Memorial $1,000 scholarship is presented to Almina Hodzik and Jason Chow. On behalf of the Abraham Lincoln High School Alumni Association Board, we want to wish all of the graduates of Lincoln 2020 a bright future and success in whatever you do. During your time at Lincoln, I hope you will remember your teachers, sports events, extracurricular activities, and your classmates. When you see your classmates later in life at reunions, fond memories will come back. Some may be nearby, still living in the Philadelphia area or in surrounding suburbs. Former president of Alumni Board Bob Oberg, who was also a teacher and vice principal, said to another graduation class, "Realize graduation is not an end. It is just the next step in your life." Leaving Lincoln and saying goodbye to fellow students, teachers, and coaches isn't normal this year. You have lived through abnormal conditions as a pandemic, COVID-19, and now protests. You will face many choices in life. You will find that you have to be flexible. But you can find the road, said Charles H. Williams, first principal 1950 to 1970, to the first graduation class. Another former principal, Harry C. Silcox, in the 1970s and 1980s, my former basketball coach and my history mentor, talked with success to the 1990 class. He said, "To succeed is to exceed yourself. If you keep your eye and heart set on what you might at best become, you will achieve far more than you believe or imagine today." In closing, don't underestimate yourselves, and look for and create better times in the future. Please join the Alumni Association. We will welcome you. Frank W. Hollingsworth, Acting President for Alumni Board, and board members Scott Fletcher, Joe Nonamaker, Lisa Sauer, Angie Delaval, Louise Jacobson, Steve Gazarian, May Rayburn and Bill Anton.
It is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you the class of 2020 Valedictorian, Almina Hojic. Almina?
Greetings to all faculty and staff, parents, friends, and most of all, greetings to the class of 2020. My name is Almina Hojic, and I am this year's class valedictorian. To start off, I want to thank God, my parents, teachers, counselors, and my best friends for always supporting me, believing in me, and guiding me towards the right path. I wouldn't be standing here today giving this speech if it wasn't for all of your unconditional love and support. Now, class of 2020, where should I begin? Our final school year started off amazing. We were prepared for all the things senior year had in store for us. Prom, graduation, signing each other's yearbooks, taking pictures with our teachers and friends one last time. But before we could even enjoy that feeling of finally being done with high school, it feels as though it had been thrown out the window. However, we must stay positive. Although this is not the ending we have been looking forward to, we must remember that life will not always go the way we plan. There will be many curveballs thrown at us, disrupting and sometimes even destroying our path. Nevertheless, we must not let it get to us. We must not let it defeat us. We are all capable of achieving amazing things in life. Strength and resilience resides in all of us. And the end of the school year has proven this truth. During these 4 years of high school, we have accomplished so much. There was despair, but there was also joy. There were hardships, but there was also ease. This shows that after every storm, flowers will bloom and the sun will shine again. We must not lose hope, but rather let us remember these moments and never take them for granted. We must remember these moments, these last moments we spent in high school, to remind us of the community, the brotherhood, sisterhood, and kinship we have created as one Lincoln family. Thankfully, to our teachers, counselors, parents, and guardians, and our peers, we are able to finish this school year off in a more positive light. We worked hard all 4 years, putting in our blood, sweat, and tears to make it to the end. And here we are. We made it. And even though we cannot be together to celebrate our achievements, I wish for all of you, from the bottom of my heart, great success, good health, true happiness, and resilient strength. One day, we will look back at this period in our lives and remember that the distance may have separated us physically, but our hearts were one during this class of 2020 virtual graduation. Thank you.
Class of 2020 families and colleagues, together we are experiencing unexpected challenges, and now is the perfect time to share an old parable to bring you some perspective. And it goes like this. One day an old Cherokee was teaching his grandson about life. "A fight is going on inside me," he said to the boy. "It's a terrible fight, and it's between two wolves. The first one," he said, "is evil, and it's angry, and it's got regret and arrogance and inferiority and ego." And he continued about the second wolf. He said the second wolf is joy and peace and love and hope and humility. The same fight is going on inside each one of us, every person. And the grandson thought about it for a moment and asked, "Grandfather, which wolf will win?" And the grandfather simply replied, "The one you feed." This story tells us that we can never get rid of that first wolf because both are inside us. This applies to our emotions, our behaviors, and every other aspect of our life. I want you to start telling yourself that you are worthy. I want you to begin to believe in your ability, and in spite of fears and in doubts, in spite of challenges. One step forward will always be a step ahead, even if it's tiny. Also, I want you to remember that it's so much easier to feed the first wolf. The first wolf is there to encourage the easier options in life. It's easier to complain, to procrastinate, and to give up. The second wolf is very different. It's picky. It's harder to feed. It's challenging. It's time-consuming. And it's harder. These things take so much more effort, so much more guts. And you usually don't see an immediate result. Which wolf you choose to feed will determine who you are. I challenge you to feed the second wolf, even if it's harder. Feeding that second wolf is how you ended up here today, with a sense of accomplishment and a sense of success. Today is your day. You fed the second wolf, you made a difference. It was a long path, but you did it. I hope you will remember to continue to feed that wolf today, tomorrow, and always. I wish you nothing but the best. I thank you for allowing me to be part of your journey. You will always be the class with a vision, the class who lost so much, but gained an equal amount. Carpe diem. And now, Principal Nelson, it is my great pleasure and honor to present to you the class of 2020.
right, class of 2020, it's that time. It's that time, 2020. It's that time. As the principal of Abraham Lincoln High School, I certify that these seniors have met all the requirements set forth by the School District of Philadelphia and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. I hereby declare the class of 2020 to be graduates of Abraham Lincoln High School. At this time, take your left hand over your right side and flip your tassel. You have graduated.